Hello, it's Amy from Seriously Sweet and Cookie Snack Attack. I hope everyone is having a fabulous Tuesday. We're about to really have some cookie fun on Tutorial Tuesday in June of 2022. Can you believe it's 2022 already? Or there were already 3 weeks into June? How crazy is that? So today, guys, we're going to be doing this really beautiful butterfly cookie using mixed mediums because I know you all love that. But we're going to do some quick housekeeping first, and I'm going to give you some information on some things that have been released recently or that are coming up because I want to make sure that you guys know all of the scoop of what's going on. All right. So, hey, how are you? Oops, you can see this too. Sorry. Let me see if I can rearrange this a little bit. Is that good? Get that out of our green screen there. How's that? Good, guys? Can everybody hear me? Tell me if you can hear me because I'm always worried about the sound. I feel really good about my camera, but I'm always worried about the sound now. All right. Hello. How is everyone? Hi, Barbie. How are you today? Hi, Debbie. Let's see. And I know that, oh, good. Debbie can hear me. Okay, so good. Hi, Dawn. Kat is watching. Dee Dee's here. Maria's here. Dawn. Hello. It's good to see all of you. Hello, Miss Pamela. It is a great day, isn't it? Sally, sweet Sally from Florida is in the house. How are you? Oh, Barbie, good. Okay, good. So I think I have it close enough that it does all that noise canceling and all of that business. So we're going to run with that. Okay. Hey, Kim, how are you? How are you? Let's see. Hey, hello, Facebook user. Tell StreamYard it's okay to see your name. Oh, Sheila. Is this the same one, those two comments? How are you doing, Sheila? Hi, Karen. All right, so real quick, a couple of announcements. Then I want to jump into the tutorial because I made a little extra. And I am still wearing pink gloves, not because I'm injured, but because I still have fireside cherry stain on my hands. The building is almost fully stained though, and it looks really pretty. So I'm ready to paint some green shutters so that it really has that Virginia countryside barn look to it. It has a green metal roof and it's this beautiful cherry stain on the outside. And I've got me some beautiful double set of doors on the front of it with the cross hatching like a barn would have. So really cute. Unfortunately, I can't cookie in it, but it will hold it will hold household storage so that I can have a bigger cookie studio at the house. So it all works out, right? All right, let's see. So excited. Yes. No, this was just a generic cutter. It's something I pulled in because I gave it to everybody that went to the Unplugged retreat. It was going to be an extra one we did if we had time, and we did not have time. But the cutter was just a generic Ann Clark, but it's really big. It's like 4.5 inches. So it would be great for a feature cookie as a cake topper on top of a 6-inch round, for party favors if you want to make them fancy. But I'm going to teach it from as a feature cookie today. Okay, so we definitely need to do some work this morning, get everything prepped and ready for tonight, and then we'll do main part of our video tonight, I guess. I don't know. We may just keep rolling. You never know around here. Hello. Yeah, your cookies so colored hands are okay. Yeah, it's if you saw my earlier video, like last week before it started raining and I did some staining and I showed it to you, remember? It would be perfect for people for Halloween costumes. I'm talking perfect. It looks just like a substance they would want to see at Halloween. Hey, Jen, how are you? I hope you're feeling better. Yes, I do. I love the shape of this butterfly. I like the size. It's so cute. Oh, I love it. All right, so we're going to go over some quick dates. The other Sally, hey, Sally, you're not the other Sally. You're Sally from the Midwest, and she's Sally from Florida, from the Sunshine State. Let's see. I'm not sure who that is. All right, let's take a quick look at some dates, okay? Because some things have come out recently. So everyone knows the CookieCon dates were released, right? There's going to be one in May in Ohio, one in Florida in August. I'll leave this as part of the video so you guys can come back and look at it, or you can go to the CookieCon website and check it out there, because we've already done another preview video about everything. And don't get like overly excited and start pushing them, okay? They have more stuff to release. Like they'll need to tell us when it's okay to book hotel rooms and when registration is happening and all that. You can see at the bottom of the photo there, when you go to the CookieCon site at the bottom, it's going to tell you when registration dates are. So you don't even have to register for the first one until after Christmas. So you have plenty of time to save money. Okay. All right. And then our schedule for the week. If you are signed up for the Tropical Treasures Floral class, that is this upcoming Saturday. It is a virtual online class starting at 4 p.m. Saturday. It will be in a Facebook Live group. Immediately after we finish our class cookies, we will be switching over to a Zoom Q&A, question and answer session, and the Zoom will not be recorded. So even if you don't want to do your cookies or you can't be there at the 4 o'clock time to start your cookies, my expectation is that sometime between 6 and 7, we'll be switching over to the Zoom. Link will be in the private Facebook group, and you can meet us there for the Q&A or just to meet your cookie friends and say hello. So Wednesday evening, which is tomorrow, we're going to be coloring and making our fondant pieces. There's not a lot of them, so we're going to do that tomorrow. And we're going to dry dust our wafer paper embellishments if you bought the embellishment packet. Most of you should have received them either Saturday. There was no mail Monday because of the holiday, but you should be receiving them either Tuesday, or you should have gotten them Saturday, or you'll be receiving them Tuesday and Wednesday. But everyone that ordered, their item was shipped out the next day, so you're good to go. There are a few more packets available for sale. So if you've received yours and you've looked at it and you've gone, oh yeah, I think I want a few more of these because I'm going to do more of these this summer, then go ahead and order them now while everything is ready, because as soon as the ones that are made run out, I won't be remaking more packets, okay? So they're on the website. It's seriouslysweetcupcakes.com. You can order those there. So that takes care of that little bit of business. Thursday, we're going in the evening, 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be doing the floral and leaf royal icing transfers. So if you still want to get in on the class, but you did not order the embellishment packet, but you want to participate live, I included a few extra things in the royal icing transfer templates so you can make those ahead of time so that you won't need the wafer paper embellished pieces. And then we can do other textures for your background, which we'll talk about Friday evening. We can do other textures for your background using parchment sheets. It just won't be the tropical theme embossed ones that I provided in the embellishment packet. So you can still get in on the class. And it is 7 cookies plus 4 bonus cookies. So lots of fun stuff is going to be going on Saturday. I hope to see you there. I will get you in the private Facebook group immediately because we start tomorrow evening with our prep. And then how many of you have seen this cute little guy that I released the photo of yesterday? This is a full 3D piece. I'll be putting a video up shortly of it actually spinning so that you can see it because it's finished from all the sides. I'm super excited about this. I was a little disappointed because I cannot have okay, let me back up. Earlier in the year when I did the first in-person retreat, when we felt comfortable enough to have an in-person cookie retreat, I said that I wanted to do 2 a year. Definitely one in the mountains and one at the beach. And the beach one could be a traveling one. We can go to different locations each year if you guys want to. But the beach one, I could not get us a location where we could all stay together in a small group or even stay close and then have a room where we could cookie for anything affordable to do it this year. So when I return to Florida in July, we are going to create this in our 3-day virtual event. So our dates for the 3-day virtual event, let me give those to you now. You can jot these down, will be on Tuesday, July 26th, Wednesday, July 27th, and Thursday, July 28th. I will be working from an offsite location so that I can visit with my mom again. We will be creating this in real time. What does that mean? Basically, you're going to come with just your supply list and cookie dough ready to go in the oven. That's how easy it's going to be for you, because we're going to go over some different baking techniques, because the bottom of that piece where it is cookie, underneath the coral is all cookie, and your turtle is cookie with sculpted fondant. And that turtle is sculpted on both sides, which you'll see when I release the video. But we will start each day at noon Eastern Standard Time on July 26th, 27th, and 28th. There is going to be an early bird pricing that will stay in effect. I'm going to post this weekend, so you can sign up right away. That gives you plenty of time to get your supplies in. I will not be providing any supplies for this, because you can get everything, or you probably have everything, because I tried to use products we've used in the last year. Okay. So get your dates down: July 26th, 27th, 28th. Class will start at noon. It will be in a recorded Zoom. So it will be up to you to have your technology worked out so that you can be in a Zoom. It's a very intricate piece. I don't feel that I can do it proper justice by doing it in a Facebook Live group. I would like to have more hands-on retreat feel to this, even though it is a virtual retreat, but it is intricate, but you can do it. I promise you. I have this broken down step by step, and we're going to be testing it, because I'm going to submit it to teach at a certain place that we all know and love, to see if they like it. And I specifically selected this type of piece because what I teach you in this class, you can take and make cupcake toppers. You can make cake decorations. You can make side cookies to go along with this piece. So it is a very versatile piece if you can apply the techniques in other ways. So I really wanted you to get a great value for your money. That will all be releasing this weekend. You're going to want to sign up for it right away. There is going to be a private Facebook group, but the only thing really that's going to be in there for you is a cookie recipe, a royal icing recipe, and your supply list, because we're going to do this in real time in July. You're going to get one-on-one Zoom, well, not one-on-one, but group and me in a Zoom, so that I can actually talk you through and you can show me things live. But do not be afraid of this project, because even a beginner can do it. If you've ever played with Play-Doh in your entire life and all you could initially make was a circle, you can do this project. I will break it down that easily for you. My expectation is that we will spend 2 to 3 hours a day together. We can go shorter if you guys finish up early, or we can go longer, but we're going to start each day promptly at noon. So you have all the information on that. It'll be in a printed out format for you this weekend. It will go for sale on the website. And just so you know, early bird pricing for the whole 3 days is only $130. So please feel free to send additional tips in the coffee shop once we're done if you enjoyed it and really liked it, because I know I'm selling it lower than I should be. I should be selling it at CookieCon prices for a 4-hour class, especially since you're probably going to wind up with 8 to 9 hours of actual instruction. But I want you guys to participate. I want you to have a fun summer project to look forward to. So early bird pricing, which will last through July 7th, is going to be $130. Okay. Then it will go up to $160. You can still get in on it, but it'll go up to $160 at that point. So this is going to be our virtual chillin'. It was meant to be called chillin' because we were going to be at the beach retreat piece. So this will be our first piece for that. Okay. So let's take that off for now. And then I feel like there was something else I wanted to tell you. Oh, we are having a summer class in July. This is tentatively, I can't tell you for sure. I have to check 2 other things, but tentatively our class in July will be on, it will either be July 9th or July 16th. Okay. Because I am trying, well, my guess, my real educated guess on this is that we're going to do our July class. There will not be a kit sold with it, but my expectation is that we will be doing it on July 9th because I really need to head to Florida to spend additional time with my mom before the week I was scheduled to go. So I'd like to do that class from here. So everything is like within my 3-foot reach here at my table, but we'll see. Let me show you what the cookies are going to be. And I'll have that class posted, I hope, by the weekend as well. It is a summer and or tropical themed class. I haven't named it yet. I'm working out the last couple of details, but I'll show you cookie shapes. It's going to be fun. It's probably going to be called Summer Party or Summer Fun. That's what I'm thinking right now. But we're going to do a couple of different, let me back up. The reason I'm teaching this as a separate class is because these are add-on cookies that can be put out with your retreat piece. Okay. So in that class, we're going to do 2 different leaves. Okay. We're going to be doing a pineapple. So Sally and Priscilla are going to be so happy with me. We're going to be doing this really cool sunshine. Okay. Which is, you use a cookie cutter for it, but then you do a minimal amount of hand cutting to get that great design. So you'll have that as well. And then we're going to be doing some cookies. All of these are made from the same cutter, but I'm going to show you how to do this. So we're going to do that hibiscus themed flowers, multiple colors. It's going to be very bright, just like our sea piece, just like our sea turtle. So very bright there, and you can add all these cookies on. So if you actually wanted to make that piece as a centerpiece for a summer table or something fun like that, you'll have a whole set of easier cookies to put with it. Okay. So that's going to be our class. I'm looking currently at July 9th because I'd like to be on a plane to Florida by the 16th, but we'll see what happens. It all, everything obviously depends on airfare and costs and all of that sort of stuff. So let's go say hi to a few people. Then we're going to get in. That's all the housekeeping so that I don't have to come back on. If someone will just mark in the comments that from 12:05 to 12:21 was all scheduling and announcements. That way people, if just want to go and watch that, they can, so they know what's happening. Let's see. Jen, you aren't feeling better. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I hope you get to feeling better. And I think this means you sent me stars. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hey, Maggie, how in the world are you? How is that vehicle? How's that going? Oh, and guess what, Maggie? I found an extra one of my Easter Kit Kat rabbits. So I'm not totally out. I'll be saving that. Hey, April, how are you today? It's good to see you. Oh, Sally, I'm sorry. I don't know what is going on with everybody. Why can't they just make their own accounts? Just make your own accounts and do your own thing and leave everyone else alone. Hey, Robin, how in the world are you? Let's see what's going on here. Hello, Facebook user. We all say hello back. Let's see what this says. You can do it. You just need to dive in and get started. And if you buy any of my cookie classes, then there is a super easy, I'm not going to say no spread because I don't think any cookie recipe other than some chocolate ones that I've played with are 100% no spread. But I have one that is, it doesn't spread for me, but it could depend on your altitude or water in your butter, things like that, where you're located. But it's supposed to be a no spread recipe. And for me, it's no spread and I love it. So you can get started with that. It's also going to be the recipe, guys, that we use for our virtual retreat project. Okay. Yes, we're getting there. Barbie, thank you so much. Yes, go for it and have fun because that's what we do. We just start where we are and we get a little better each time that we put icing to cookie. That's just kind of how it works. I'm so excited for the sea turtle too. And Barbie, you liked it. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I really had a great time making it. Then I went back and did it. She said it 3 times. Oh, thank you. Hey, Allison, be safe. I really went back and simplified a few of the fondant pieces because most of them we're going to make by hand. But if you really, hello, Facebook user, if you're really feeling, yeah, just for you and Priscilla, I know your thing with pineapples. Oh, good, Maggie, you got it to the shop. Good. Hello there. Okay, I went back and simplified some of the pieces because if you don't want to buy fondant molds, which will be listed in the supply list once you've purchased the class, if you don't want to buy any fondant molds, you really don't have to for this piece. I've simplified it enough that you're going to be able to make a full coral reef. That was such a tongue twister last week when I was trying to tell my husband what I was doing. I don't know why. I think I just was so excited about the project, right? Anyway, I've simplified it enough that if you do a proper amount of colors, and I've already done all of the legwork on the colors. So if you like those bright neons, I'm going to tell you exactly which ones to order. Frankly, you probably have most of them. So supply wise, I don't think you're going to be in a hard fix on this one because I think you're going to have most of these things, or they're going to be really easy to get. Today's cookie might be a little more difficult. We've not done several of these techniques in our Tutorial Tuesday, but we have done it in classes. So if you've been taking classes, you're going to be a little bit further ahead for today's cookie. But everybody can do today's cookie. It's just how fast, right? It's going to come down to how fast you can do it and what techniques you choose to embrace. But I can't wait to show you this design because you guys loved the little girl snail so much. And by the way, the snail cards, the cards from you guys don't, if you already downloaded your cards, you're going to have to go back and re-download them because even though I proofed these things 30 times, I just saw an error. So the class was actually on 614, but I did not edit it up here. So I'm going to edit this and reload this card. These cards are fine, cards 2 and 3, but this one I'll redo so it'll be in the right date order for your box. But anyway, you guys loved this. You loved the snail done with fondant floral mats to create the backing for him. So I decided to give you a butterfly to go along with the snail, but I'm going to do it in different colors because honestly, I'm so in love with these summer neons that we're going to do all kinds of pink and gold for this because I think it'll make a super beautiful project for you. And potentially, I'm not promising this because I really think I want to do it in gold, but potentially tonight, if you have a little black icing handy, you might want to have that around for just some detail work. So if you have been around for even a minute, then you know that I have an obsession with fondant mats. I love them. That's, I love to use them as jumping off points. I like to just study them to see how somebody created something. Like, I just like them. There's all kinds of different things you can use them for as cupcake toppers, on cakes, or on cookies. And so I have a huge collection of them because I've made cupcakes forever and cakes for many years. And so I've repurposed in the last 3 to 4 years. I've tried to organize differently and repurpose a lot of what I have on hand to use for cookies. So with that being said, we had trouble last week finding this because in my notes, this is a primrose mold. The original maker of this mat called it a primrose, but it's actually on Amazon. And if Becky is here, she can drop the link in again. Otherwise, just go back and look at last week's video. But Becky finally found this for me on Amazon because I kept searching under primrose because I knew that's what it was called when I ordered it. But now it's under peony or something like that. Okay, we all know this is not a peony, but whoever listed it on Amazon called it a peony. So that's how it's popping up. Allison says she bought the fondant mold for the snail and a few more. So I thought a lot of you probably ordered this last week. So I'm going to use this today as a starting point on our butterfly. And then these are some molds that came this year from Michaels, a little butterfly mold, if you happen to have that. We did a video on that a while back. And then this little floral mold, that's from Michaels too. And then this is an older mold from Michaels, an older floral mold, but I think just like last year or beginning of this year. So it's not ancient. So I tried to pull, I was thinking about you guys. I tried to pull the newer molds. And then this is just a generic rose one. So if you've gotten a kit in the last that we did flowers or something, and you probably got this or the 3-piece version of this, because there's 2 of them out there. You know, this one has more sizes, but there's another smaller one that has this size, and this. It's the same flower. And then these are some molds that I got last year. This was in a kit that I sent you guys recently, a floral kit. And then I think these are both just random flowers from Killer Zebras. Okay. So you don't need all these molds. You just need a cup. We're going to do 3 or 4 different flower designs. I'm just showing you that any of these, if you have any of these, you know, any of these are going to work for the project tonight. Okay. So just gather 3 or 4 different flowers. So if you have this one, you just need the 1 mold because every flower in here is different. So these are just options for you for tonight because we're keeping it simple and we're going with ombre colors. We're not doing a lot of different colors in our fondant flowers. It's going to look, when we get done, it's going to look like one of those full roses walls that people take pictures in front of. It'll look like that. So we're just going for shading. Okay. So specifically in a minute, we're going to color some fondant using these 3 colors, readily available from Hobby Lobby: soft pink, neon pink, and deep pink. We're going to do a little, like 2 thumbs size ball, 2 of my size thumbs for volume in soft pink, 2 in neon, and 2 in deep pink. And then we're going to do all of our florals from that. And I got this new product in from Icing Images. We all love Debbie at Icing Images. If you're on here, say hello. But this is Bling Highlighter in gold. She brought this to the Unplugged retreat. Let's see if I can get it to focus a little better. She brought this new product to the Unplugged retreat, and she's got a couple. If I lower it there, is that all right? Can you see that? She has a couple different highlighters. She has a rose gold, a silver, and this gold. I'm going to set that down and then see if I can zoom because I think me moving is making the camera unhappy. Let's see. How's that? Is that looking good? That looks good, right? So there are 3 on there. It seems like it's pricey for the volume that you get, but you guys have to realize something about this, okay? You have to realize that generally speaking, I hate saying things like this because I want to tell you guys these things, but then inevitably somebody's going to send me a hate email or a mean message. So I'm just going to say it. And if you send me something negative back, then I'm not going to respond. That's my new rule. I'm not responding to any of the nonsense. So don't even waste your time sending it to me because I formed this group to help new cookiers. So let me just say this, and please don't assume because I'm giving you this little bit of information that it means I'm saying anything negative about anybody else because I'm not. We have done many different product reveals on here for other golds. And so, I love them. If you watch my videos, you know that I just like to try new things so that if you can't get one thing, then you already know how another thing works. That's it. It's education only. But typically speaking, when something is FDA approved and edible, again, typically speaking, I cannot make this any more plain. When it is FDA approved and completely edible, it tends to cost a little bit more for a smaller quantity. I'm going to leave that right there. You go do the research on your own, check it out. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. To get a good quality product, it generally costs more for a smaller quantity. That's it. I don't need any feedback. That is what it is. If you cookie for any amount of time at all and you start doing your research on price per ounces, you're going to see what I'm talking about. That doesn't mean that somebody's product necessarily, I'm not saying somebody's product's better than another. All products have a time, a place, and a purpose. And it's up to you to do some of your research and homework and to figure out what those things are. Okay. All right. Let me go back up here. I missed some comments about the mold. Robin, you definitely can do that. Did I show that already? I think I might have. I think I went too far. Hold on just a second. I don't want to go so fast I freeze the computer. You bought the fondant mold for the snail and a few more. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're in the addiction with me. Hello. The butterfly cutter, Allison, it's an Ann Clark butterfly cutter. You can use any butterfly you want. What I'm going to show you how to do today and tonight, you can use on any butterfly cutter, any size, because I'm doing it by hand so that you can make it go to any cutter. So this one in particular is a 4.5. We're going to have to zoom back out. Sorry. That's just like, okay. So this is a 4.5 inch from Ann Clark. And I just really like this cutter. And the other reason I bought this particular cutter is because, you know, I like to play with shapes on how I bake them. So I thought this cutter in particular, using a stainless steel taco holder that I have from when I had my cafe in Florida, my dessert cafe, I can bake on that because it's stainless steel. So I thought this in particular, I could slice it and just make a little groove, cut a little V out to take some of the volume out, and then lift it so that I could bake it in that on a V. And this is the butterfly that was in our retreat bag. Okay. So if you were at retreat, let's see what Barbie's saying. The snail flower mold won't arrive. Oh, wow. It must have sold out because there was like 24 on there the other night. All right. So let me look around again. I'll see if I can find one that will come sooner, because the company that originally designed it is overseas. And I'm not talking AliExpress or Wishlist overseas. Like the company's, I believe, a UK company. I don't want to misspeak because I don't have it in front of me, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Okay. Yes, Debbie, we're going all pink. We're going pink, pink, pink. All right, here we go. Yes, this is the cutter we got at retreat. Hey, Deborah, glad you made it. All right, so I thought this, doing a butterfly and with a cake project in mind, I thought, oh, this would be one we could shape. Now, if you don't have the taco holder thing that's in stainless steel, I know that you can bake this without that because it can be baked on nonstick aluminum foil. So you don't have to have that thing. And I don't know where I got that. It's like 15 years old. Okay. So don't worry about that. But it's one of the things I like, shapes that we can repurpose them and use them for multiple things. So honestly, I thought a little bit of work down here, you guys could, a little bit of like trimming in this area. You could make this an angel. Cut that off. This could be an angel cutter at Christmas. You could flip it this way and it could be a little bit of trimming and using your brain cells. You can make this into a fairy cookie. Hey, Becky, how are you? So, and also as a butterfly, baking it in a different way. You can have some 3D elements where you can do a two-sided cookie. So there's a lot of things you can do with this. Hey, Laura, how are you? So glad to see you guys. So there's a lot of versatility with this. Plus it's large. So I thought it would be great baked with a lollipop stick, the paper sticks or the straws, baked with that in it to use for a cake topper. So that's what we're going to do. But we're going to do a couple of things right now because I want you to be ready for tonight. So let me just give you a few things. Again, you can use any cutter you want. This is the thinner wafer paper. I just have a small sheet of this, okay? And in class 2 or 3 months ago, I wish I could remember dates off the top of my head, but we talked about using, a lot of us use the pastry mats to bake on. And in particular, a lot of us use the pink Arlene Chua because we like those mats and they're pink and we like Arlene a lot. So a lot of us have those. So in a class several months back, I taught you guys how to flip your cookie for the purposes of outlining and flooding, but also for the purposes of texture and creating new designs by using the back of your cookie as the front of your cookie. And when I did my Ferris wheel for Frosting Creators of San Antonio, I showed you how cool it was to do the inside of the Ferris wheel painted in gold and then sealed with confectioner's glaze, because we put Isomalt in there to strengthen our structure. But to do it on the perforated side because of how cool it looked when it was spinning. So taking that into consideration, I want to do something fancy with our butterfly today that I haven't taught in a class yet. The second part of this I haven't taught in a class, so I'm going to show you how to do that first so that you're ready for tonight. Okay, I can't save all the great stuff for the classes. I love everyone that takes classes. You have made such a huge difference in how I have restructured my business in the last 2 years. But we got to give some stuff to the people so they know to come take classes with us and come hang out with us, right? We need to build our cookie family. So as you're looking at your cookie, can you guys see here? I love this camera, you guys. You have no idea how much I absolutely adore this camera. It is just life changing on the flipping back and forth. So do you see over here how this has like bubbles and I didn't get good texture, but you see on this side how I got that great perforation? Hey, Kathy, you see that right there, that lovely detail? So obviously I want to utilize this side. So again, what I'm teaching you, if you want to do the other side or right versus left, rather directional part of your cookie, just flip what I'm telling you. Okay, so just pick the nice part of your cookie, whatever you feel like has the best design area for painting. Take that and you want to flip that over on your wafer paper. You want that to be down on your wafer paper, okay? And then we're going to cut, we need to mark this so that we cut our wing. I'm using a fine point pen so I can get in the grooves. I want to cut my wing to the size of whatever butterfly I'm using. Doesn't have to be this cutter, but again, it's a basic Ann Clark cutter. You can get it off Amazon. If you were at the retreat, it's in your retreat box. Okay, I'm using black edible ink to sketch on here for the purposes of video. If you're doing this at home, you might want to do it with yellow. Let me fix this first so I don't ruin my pen. I put the wrong end on here. All right, now flip this back over so you don't get confused on what you're doing and mark an X. Okay. Just have this part ready for tonight because this I want you to take your time with. So I'm just going to use some basic scissors here and I'm going to cut a little bit. And I'm sorry, this is going to show in the video a little bit, you guys, but I want you to have better sight here. Okay. I'm going to come right down through halfway through the body. All right, save your wafer paper scraps. If you go to the Icing Images site, there's all kinds of great videos on there about how to reuse this. And then I've got some videos up about how to crush all this up and use it for snow at Christmas time. Or for ice cream. You can use it on ice cream cone cookies once you color it to match your icing. Okay, so this is going to end up on this cookie this way. Okay, but for now, let's just go ahead and trim out. Let's trim out our wing, and I'm going to come just ever so slightly inside my line. Just the tiniest bit. And thank you guys, by the way, for allowing me to teach more feature cookies on Tutorial Tuesday, because it makes it a lot easier for me when we do two-part videos rather than two separate cookies on Tuesday. It just gets to be a lot with that and then producing the cards. Thank you for your interest in these cookies. I always try to mix it up for everybody. And I think you'll notice if you've been taking classes, I've been trying to keep that to more cookies that you can produce faster. Now, do you see right here at the head? I don't need to cut that part. I'm just going to go straight ahead, because what's going to happen is this is actually going to go under some icing. You just need a minimal amount of icing for this, okay? So this is going to be our wing. Now, what you're going to do tonight is create your own design on the wafer paper and then use a basic X-Acto knife or some tiny, tiny scissors, like embroidery scissors, something with a very fine point. Go ahead and sketch out your design. for the part you want to see through, and then trim it out with your X-Acto knife. But before you do that, we're going to do this first, okay? We're going to use our rose gold highlighter, and we're just going to dust. I ordered a 3-part box from Icing Images, by the way, that had the silver, the rose gold, and the gold in it. And I'm going to show you the rose gold using it as dusting today. And then the gold, and you can see it's new. I'm trying it with you. I want you to see what the colors are and what it looks like. I really liked this. They used the gold. Debbie used the gold at our retreat to show us how to use wafer paper to make gold leaf, and it was just gorgeous. So before you do your cutting, I would recommend, so that it's not so delicate, I would go ahead, pull some of this out, and go ahead and dry dust your wafer paper. If you want to airbrush it, you can, but wafer paper is kind of finicky. So if you're going to do that, you're doing that at your own risk, because it's going to cause it to curl. No, it doesn't seem to matter how little you do. It's going to curl a little bit. And that is not the look I'm going for, which is why I'm dry dusting my wafer paper. And this is really pretty, and it's got a nice shimmer to it. Really nice shimmer to it. And I'm using a little stiffer brush than normal because it's wafer paper, and I'm using the textured side up. So I really wanted to be able to get down in those little nooks and crannies on my wafer paper. Let's see if I'm missing anything. Oh, and you got yours off the Ann Clark table, this cutter. Good. Good, good. I love this cutter. The size is great for so many things, and it can be so many other things. Oh, and by the way, Callie from Georgian from Sweet Sugar Belle, Callie from Sweet Sugar Belle has a new group up. I don't think it's like new in the last week or two. I think it's been up a few weeks. I joined it right when she put it up, but she's got a cutter flip group up. If anybody has the link for that, that is such a cool group, because it literally is just focusing on cutter flips. So I think you guys will enjoy that, especially my newer cookiers that have been messaging me a lot recently. It will help you so much so that you don't feel you need to buy all of the things while you're testing out whether or not you want to make cookies a side hustle, right? It gets expensive buying everything right away. So like this, yes, you could airbrush it, but do you really want to spend between $60 and $120 or $200 on an airbrush right now? Now, I would do this too, just so you know. I think I have enough here to do it, but I'm just going to dust the back too, because this is going to be elevated on our cookies. So there is always the chance someone could see. And this color is beautiful. It is like, I don't know, I really like it. It's got a nice shimmer to it. It's really pretty. I think you'll like that. And it picks up the light really nice. So let me show it to you just a little bit. This is the rose gold, and I'm just using it as a highlighter for dry dusting, okay? So that's the rose gold. Now, what you'll want to do before class tonight is do your designs and, you know, make your cuts however you want to, but you're only recreating this on one side of the cookie. So please don't worry about having to flip it and make it match, okay? It is a beautiful rose gold. Hey, Jackie, I hope you're doing well too. Kathy, I'm not sure if I said hello, but hello. And hi, Deborah. So have this ready to go for tonight. And I showed you earlier in the video how to match this up, okay? All right. Now we're going to slide over. We're going to bring our cookie back. And if you haven't figured it out yet, we're doing a peekaboo design. So this will be in our icing tonight. We'll use a little bit of light pink icing. Just have a little bit of light pink or white, because I think we're going to paint it gold. Have a little bit ready to go. What we're going to do right here is just gently using a brush, right? We don't want to bend it because we don't want to crack it, but we gently want to roll this so we get a little curve on our wafer paper. Save a little piece. I don't want you guys to freak out tonight when you go to put this together, but save a little piece of your wafer paper scraps. And I'll show you a trick on how to support your wing just in case you make your icing too thin. All right, but you need a thicker icing for the body tonight. We want it to have some texture. So I'm just gently rolling this. It's kind of like doing ribbon, right? We just need it rolled a little because it's going to be a little bit lifted like this on our cookie. Can you see that? So you're going to have your cutouts. And so you're going to, it's like a peekaboo. So you'll see this part. So we picked the nicer side of our cookie that has more of the texture from baking on a textured baking mat. And now what I'm going to do is we're going to try the new gold. All right. And again, haven't used it yet, testing it the first time with you guys, but I have seen it used in person when Debbie was at the retreat. Just get this lid off. I don't want to get it all over the whole cookie though. So let me do that a little bit more carefully than that would be good. Let's put a few more paper towels down. Hey, Fabiola, I have it. It's Paper Potion, but and yes, you can use it, but not everyone's going to have that. So I'm just showing them how to roll as beginner, how to get that little curve, because we don't really need it. I use my Paper Potion a lot when I'm doing feathers and multiple wings that go together and not, but we're just trying to keep this simple so they're not buying all the things. So you can see that we just accomplished that, what we need to do for tonight. So no, you're going to have that. I would recommend using the thinner wafer paper, not the double D, the double density, okay? And we'll be doing our cutouts, which you can make your cutouts as many as you want. Now, you guys keep dropping links in the comments so that if anybody is a more experienced cookier and they want to get those things, they can jump right on there and get it. Just know that I'm intentionally teaching so that they don't have to get a bunch of things, but they can do a fancy cookie. And somehow my phone froze. Am I still live on camera? Is it still moving? Can you guys see me? Because my phone is absolutely frozen. Let me do this. Let me take this banner off. And then I'll know if my phone is actually frozen or if you guys can still see me. And Fabiola, you have to message me and tell me, yes, I'm still live. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you. Appreciate that. Message me and tell me which one of the cookie cons that you're going to. Okay. Now, new product. I showed it to you. It's back further in the video if you just joined us. I'm going to just take my coffee stirring spoons that I use in your kits, and I'm going to pull out 2 scoops of this because it's a 4.5-inch cookie. You know what, though? I don't want to put it in that. I'm going to do the other thing that I do when I do these videos and I need to cheat fast on something. I'll show you another little trick that I do. I have these little shot glasses that I use just for painting and stuff so I can clean up real fast. And I line it with because I don't want to go clean all this. I line it with an tipless piping bag, okay? And then I'll put my gold in there. Normally when I'm testing a new product, because I don't want to put it in my containers that I keep until I know if I like it. So let's just take out 2 scoops because this is a pretty big cookie. And I usually use Everclear. I'm only going to test this today with Everclear. I'm not going to test it with vodka. If you prefer to use vodka or lemon extract, that's going to be up to you. As I mentioned, it's a little more expensive, I guess, than other brands. I think it's going to be totally worth it for what we're doing. And I'm happy with it for what I'm going to be using it for. But you know, some of you might want something a little less expensive. It's entirely up to you and what your budgets denote, okay? That's not up for me to decide. Although I do really like to enable you, it's not up for me to decide how you spend your hard-earned money, okay? All right, now, so you've seen my little cheat, and I'm going to run this around in here, check my consistency. It looks pretty good to me. And I only want to paint the side of the cookie where the peekaboo is going to show. And do you see how cool it is when you paint? on the textured part. Look at that. Isn't that incredible? And don't worry about that X because the gold completely covers it. And you see how fast it's evaporating, right? And someone's going to ask later, so let me just say now that I tend to bake 1/4-inch cookies. I find that for the level of decoration, again, this is a personal choice, but for the level of decoration that I do on my cookies, it tends to involve a lot of modeling chocolate and or layered royal icing. So I find that I need the 1/4-inch cookie to balance how much icing is on my cookie. If you like a thinner cookie and you like relatively little icing, all of this can be adjusted for that. Okay, take that into account, but that is my reasoning about why I have found the 1/4-inch cookies work better for me. All right, now I've done several layers. You can see how cool that looks. Now I'm quickly going back and just re-wetting the entire surface, okay? Because what would it be without diamond dust? All right, so this is my gold diamond dust from the Sugar Art, okay? And I'm going to hit that with some sparkle. I'm going to hit it with that because look what that does. I mean, is that crazy? Look at that. Look how pretty. Now, just because I'm a little neurotic about stuff like this, you don't have to do it. For some of you, it will be considered a waste of product. But I like to use the sides of my cookies as part of my cookie canvas. I know you're probably sitting at home going, oh, that Amy, she's so extra, but that's okay. It's all right. So I'm putting this on last because I didn't want it to catch the diamond dust because I wanted it to look different. I like as many different things on a cookie as possible because even though people's minds can't process that it looks different, like they don't vocalize that, their mind is seeing it. It's part of what makes the cookie look so unique. So I'm just using what's left of my gold and painting the side because I want that to be finished. Now I have enough, so I'm going to go ahead and do all the way around the edge of the whole cookie because the other side is going to get beautiful flowers tonight, and we'll create those together, okay, tonight. So tonight what we'll do is we'll color our fondant and attach the piece that you're going to work on today before class. If you want to do your fondant ahead of time, you can. We're going to use just shades of pink. If you want to do all purples or all blues, I'm going for pink and gold. All right, and then I'm going to let this gold dry out and not get rid of this because tonight, after we pipe our body of the butterfly, I want to paint it gold if it sets up enough during our class. So around the edge of my butterfly is painted with the new gold highlighter that I got from Icing Images, and I do really like it. I have to tell you, it's super sparkly, especially for being an FDA approved edible. It's very sparkly. I like it. Does this mean I'll never use my Sugar Art golds? Absolutely not. I love them. They all have a different purpose. I use them on different types of cookies. I like that they have color variation. But for this cookie, we are specifically trying a new product so we would know what it does in case we want to use it at a later date for something. And because soon we're going to be doing some edible gold leaf, okay? But it is very beautiful. I like it a lot. So I give it a big cookie thumbs up. And you saw that I used it. I'd seen it used in person, but I used it with you guys first. You saw that the seals were not broken. So you know that I didn't pull anything back or hold anything back from you, okay? All right. So tonight, you'll need to have your wafer paper piece cut, have it dry brushed on both sides. So when we cut out our inserts, the peekaboo, we're going to see the gold through the pink. And then you can have 4 different florals ready to go to make this side of your butterfly. And you'll need some thick, either ivory white or light pink to make the body of your butterfly tonight. Okay? Excited? You liking the cookie so far? So that is going to be it for right now. If you tuned in late, Between 12:05 and 12:21, we cover a lot of housekeeping issues, from class this weekend to a virtual retreat that I'm hosting at the end of July, to the dates for CookieCon, and something else is in there. I feel like there was 4 things. Okay. I forget, do we have to coat the gold when done so it doesn't rub off? I don't know, because it's a new product, so we'll know tonight. So I will test it. You guys remind me, but I will test it tonight and we'll see. But even right now, it's wet still, and it's not coming off on my glove, just a little bit. So if we do have to coat it, we'll coat it tonight with confectioner's glaze. This part we won't need to coat because it's going to have this piece above it protecting it, but we might want to coat the sides. Okay. So we'll do that tonight. So I've used the just regular gold diamond dust from the Sugar Art. We used bling highlighter gold and rose gold that I bought from Icing Images. I'm sure it's sold other places. Did I say gold and rose gold? That's what I meant to say if I didn't. These two. I bought a 3-pack of colors, which included silver from Icing Images. And later we're going to have a tutorial on how to make use the wafer paper to make gold leaf, and we're going to be using this. That's specifically why I bought it, but then I wanted to try it on a cookie. And we've also talked today about using the textured mats that you can get, the pink ones from Arlene Chua, love those, to bake on, how to use the texture from those mats to create the front of your cookie rather than just the back. And we taught that in a class about 3 months ago. I really feel like that class was 2 or 3 months ago, but time is flying by, so it could have been a little bit longer. So we've got that going, and we're going to be using our wafer paper and our fondant and or modeling chocolate. Becky, you want me to zoom in on these? Do you want me to zoom in on this? Hold on. Let's go in so you can see it now. You see those? There we go. That's as far as I can go in. Can you see them okay? So it's 4 grams, 1.4 ounces, I think is what it says. Or I can't tell if that's 1.4 or 14. I don't know. I even have new glasses. I still can't see that. I think it's 14 maybe. I don't know. All right. Hopefully. But I really like it. And it does say, let me zoom in so that you're not having to take my word for it. It is on the product. On the product right here. 100% FDA compliant ingredient. Okay. 100% FDA compliant ingredient. So let's not have that discussion now. But for those of you who have cooking for a while, you know that there is FDA compliant, there's not toxic. There's the discussion about edible, not edible. So you guys can have that on your own time. I don't want to do that again. We've beat that to death. So we're going to leave that alone. So these stages you can have ready, and then just using these basic 3 pinks, we're going to color some fondant. I'm probably going to do mine after I end this video. I may come back on in a separate video just so it can be recorded if you guys want to join me. But I'm going to do my 3 colors, my 3 shades of pink. And then I've pulled several different fondant mats, but you can use any floral fondant mats that you have. Okay. All right. Now, you guys, make sure that you sign up for the retreat early so that you get the early bird pricing. It will go up for sale on Saturday. Early bird pricing is $130 per person. Dates and everything will be on there, so you can double check that. Replays will be available. You've got lots of options, and you can do it even if you're a beginner. If you've ever played with Play-Doh and popped out a small piece and rolled it into a ball, you're going to be able to do this. Also, when we do the class, just because I know some of you are sitting there freaking out about the sea turtle, I know you are, I feel you. Your sea turtle can be done at an extremely difficult level, which means doing the whole thing, or it can be baked slightly different, and I'm not going to give away any more than that, to simplify it for you. Okay, so don't worry about your sea turtle. You will have a beautiful sea turtle, okay? Let's see what this says real quick. Let's see. Bake a butterfly now. Oh, I'm so glad. And thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it, you guys. I appreciate all the support. You guys are wonderful and you always take such great care of me. I will leave last week's cards on sale in the coffee shop site, the KOFI site, where you purchase the class cards. I'm going to go do this edit really quick. So give me just a few minutes. I'll do this as soon as I end this video, and then I'll come back and do fondant. But where these are purchased, they're on sale right now for $3. I'll leave them $3 until I post this week's cookie, and then this set will go up to $5. Okay, that way it keeps you guys getting those. And the goal is there's about 6 sets that we're missing between March and May. And the goal is to put one old set, now that the YouTube stuff is corrected, up at the same time I put a new set up. That way we'll get everything all caught up, so you'll have a full set of cards at the end of the year, okay? All right, and don't forget, we're going to have a summer fun class coming up where we're going to have tropical themed. It's going to be some leaves. A pineapple is in there, a really cool custom cut sun, but done the easy way, working smarter, not harder, to get the perfect little sunshine for our set. And then hibiscus flowers, because you did mention to me that you want to actually pipe some large hibiscus flowers to go along with your tropical sets, your tiki sets, your Hawaiian sets for summertime. So that's going to be our July class. Right now, that's tentatively scheduled for Saturday, July 9th. It could change, but I don't think it's going to. I mean, normally I'd like to have it on the 16th, but I think I'm going to be traveling that day. So we're going to tentatively say the 9th. And then at the end of the month, you have the dates at the end of the month of July for the virtual retreat, which is called Chillin', because we were all supposed to be at the beach relaxing. But this year it will be virtual. I have 3 places scouted since I was in Florida last month. I have 3 places scouted out for next year's summertime retreat. So for sure, I feel like I can confidently say that the dates might be slightly different next year than this past year, because CookieCon dates are slightly different and I don't want things too close together. But I feel like we will definitely have another mountain retreat, and for sure we'll have our second retreat next year will be beach retreat. That's assuming we're all alive and kicking, right? I can't be held accountable if I go to meet my maker sooner than then, but I feel pretty good about being around, so I'm making plans. There's things you guys often want me to be accountable for, like life, my life and your life, and I can't do that. So I'll say with as much confidence as possible currently that is the plan for next year, okay? All right, well, thanks for tuning in this morning. You guys go ahead and get that Tropical Treasures floral class purchase if you want to participate. That way you'll be ready for prep videos that start tomorrow night. And make sure you watch this Saturday to sign up for the virtual retreat Chillin', which will be that fancy turtle piece. I'm so excited because you're going to be able to use that for not just cookies, but cupcakes and cakes. So I feel like you're really getting a great value and a lot of teaching time. So I'm excited. And don't forget, we're going to be baking real time. So the only cutter that you might want to purchase is the sea turtle, and it's an Ann Clark sea turtle. But I'm going to show you how to do it by hand. So you don't have to purchase any cutters for the base or the top. I'm going to leave that entirely up to you, okay? But if you want to make sea turtles to put out on like a platter, make that your centerpiece, like on a cake or even on a pedestal, and then have cookies around it, and you just don't want to hand cut a bunch of turtles later, then go ahead and purchase the cutter because you'll use it, okay? All right, go bake your butterflies. I'll see you guys tonight. I'm excited about this cookie. I think it's going to turn out beautiful. And try to use a perforated mat if you have one. That's going to add to your cool texture. And use a little bling because it's Tuesday, and why not? We need a little extra cookie bling. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Have a great afternoon. See you at 7 tonight. Bye.